So really quick, before we go into today's video and go over the 3 idle steps, I wanted to talk to some of you who found this channel. And those of you who want to just move to the point of the video, I'll go ahead and leave a timestamp below. You won't be missing much, I promise. Originally I planned to upload once a week, but I didn't expect the amount of comments and even some questions in my last video. But since there's a lot of new people who joined this channel, I should probably do a proper introduction. Nice to meet all of you. I'm a virtual former idol, a current clothing designer, and my name is Yeotori, or Eo for short. Today we'll be going over 3 steps used a lot in Japanese idol performances. In some ways, this video is like a quick response to my lack of actually breaking down the dance steps that I covered in my last video. I'm so sorry for anyone who saw that expecting to learn. We won't be covering the last 3 steps in the last video. Today's video will be covering brand new steps. This first step that we're covering is one of my favorite steps, and that's because I think it's very versatile, but also super cute. I remember this step was used a lot to transition into different formations, and it was also really good with a lot of different hand gestures. Here's an example I found where it's used a couple times. This move is what I call deceptively simple. For those who are new to dance, this one's definitely more on the tricky side in terms of like when it comes to idle steps. So how I teach this step is I usually tell people to start walking in place. So as you're walking in place, one of your legs suddenly feels heavier and you start to sink. Kind of like if one of your legs fell asleep. For our next 2 steps, I found a really good example that shows both of them, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that real quick first. For this first one, I would say it's less about the step itself, and it's more about doing the whole thing. What I mean by that is, I guess I can show you, but if you were to just do the step, it would look something like So for this idle step to work, you definitely want to make good use of your arms and hands, and also your face, and also your hips. So when you combine all of those together, it would look something like And this is one example of using your hands. You don't really have to use like the framing thing that I do. This last one has a couple of variations, and the one that you end up picking really comes down to the tempo of the song that you're dancing to. So if it's an upbeat and fast song, you'd probably pick the one with a little hop to it. The hopping one's pretty simple. All you want to do is take a step, and then you want to jump to it. And then you want to go the other way, so take a step, and then jump to it. So for the one without the hop, make sure you're applying all the things that we covered in the previous step. So really use your hands, really use your face, and you really use your hip. So when you take a step out, you want to have your hips stick out too. Hopefully you're able to take something from the video, and if you weren't, then I failed you as a teacher. Let me know too if you have any requests, but I'll be sure to try even harder in the next 3 idle dance videos. I'll see you all next time. Yeotori입니다. Bye bye!